Hi, I'm Jay Ashworth.
I'm Greg Hughes.
We're here today to talk about hunting, fishing, and other outdoor activities.
Sure.
I've got a variety of friends that love the outdoors. And with this COVID-19, I'm not going to be able to get these meetings together for you, the cottage meetings, etc., for them to have the opportunity to hear about what you believe in.
Right.
And where we're going to start, we want to start with the firearm groups nationally and locally, and we'll go from there. Right? There are tens of thousands of Utahns are members of these Second Amendment organizations. I'm sure most of these individuals would like to know what you do, what you did as a legislator, what you're going to do as a governor to defend the Second Amendment.
I support the right to bear arms. In 2013, I voted for constitutional carry. We passed it in the House, we passed it in the Senate, but the governor vetoed it. I voted to override that veto, but we didn't have 2/3. I oppose red flag laws. There's no due process there. They want to take your right to bear arms away first and ask questions later. I've never seen a version that gives you the due process you need. I oppose it. Lastly, I'll just say this. It's not a hunting issue. It's not a recreational issue. The right to bear arms, it's a sovereignty issue. The sovereignty is with the people. And this right to bear arms is what we have to protect the rest of our constitutional liberties. So that's how I feel.
You know, some of these people that are members of these organizations shoot their rifles out to 2 miles. It's absolutely amazing to watch. Actually, in New Mexico, they have an actual competition called King of the 2 Mile.
You know, in Utah, I think we could have places where you could have at least a couple ranges where you could legally and safely shoot 2 miles. Jay, have you ever seen what happens to the dirt around a 50 BMG when you fire?
As a matter of fact, I have, but you don't need to look in the sand. When the 50 BMG goes off, you feel it in every fiber of your body. Let's move to big game for a minute. There are tens of thousands of big game hunters in Utah. They hunt deer, elk, antelope, moose, bison. What can you tell the tens of thousands of big game hunters in Utah about what you will do as governor of Utah?
That's a great question, and it's a pretty simple answer. My administration's goal concerning big game is to make Utah's big game, both in quality and quantity, the envy of the nation. I know that 200 class mule deer and 400 class bull elk, they don't just happen. It takes habitat management, water, food, cover, predator control, combined with the Department of Wildlife Resources and the public that are on the same page.
Greg, let's move over to waterfowling. Greg, what can you do and what can you tell the Utah waterfowlers about your vision as governor regarding waterfowl habitat and waterfowlers?
Waterfowl, great question, Jay. In the desert, water is our most valuable resource, and this includes first and foremost our wetlands. Utah is already considered one of the premier places to hunt waterfowl in the United States. I do think, however, that hunting access needs to be available in our state, not just for waterfowl hunters, but for all hunters. A resource needs to be usable to be valuable. Water and wetland management will be a top priority in my administration.
Let's move on to small game, upland game, turkeys, etc. So Greg, tell us a little bit about your plan for small game and small game hunters and fishermen here in Utah.
Nearly all hunters get their start hunting small game. We need to increase small game hunting opportunities across our state. Anglers need to know they are a unique segment of those that love the outdoors rather than an afterthought behind big game. We spend millions of dollars on fish hatcheries and have some of the best blue ribbon fly fishing in the nation, but much more needs to be done.
All right, Greg, now let's talk about some of the off-highway vehicle issues. I know you have worked extensively on OHV issues, including licensing them for the street and land access issues. Can you elaborate on what you have done and what you will do and plan to do as governor of Utah for these tens of thousands of Utahns that make up Utah's diverse OHV population?
Great question, Jay. Off-highway vehicles. We have met with the Utah Public Lands Alliance in Washington County. They're working with federal agencies, states, counties to make sure that we have access. When I was a lawmaker, when I was speaker, we are the ones that licensed, made it street legal for our OHV vehicles to enjoy the streets of our state. These groups are working tirelessly, and I have worked with them in the past and will continue to work with them going forward. Look, equestrians, boaters, hikers, if you want to access this state, you need an advocate for you, and that's what I am.
Greg, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us today. I know this campaign takes a lot of effort, and we appreciate your efforts. I know to a lot of people, these seem like niche groups, but to all of us who are passionate about these issues, it really means a lot that you sat down to answer these questions. And to everyone tuning in, thank you for watching.